Hey, what the fuck is up, y'all? It is KreyzMcKormik up in this motherfucking bitch. Welcome to another episode of the Crazy House Podcast, and I already see we got some people up in here chatting away, and ended up deciding to do a little bit of changes on here, and personally, I think it looks pretty tight. So, with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and get up in here. Um, gonna be basically talking about obviously we're going to be talking about some interesting things that have been happening over the last week. Hopefully I'll be able to get some shit taken care of on this, but before I get into it, I'm going to let you guys in on a couple of updates when it concerns everything that's going on in my fucking, my home life and all of that stuff. Uh, continuing on with the situation with my back and everything, doing all of the chiropractic stuff. So let's see. Monday, I ended up coming in and ended up having my back, readjusted and everything, and had to sit out for like another half an hour. And they gave me, they basically said, okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna be talking about one after the other. We're going to be taking a look at the x-rays that we did last week, and we're going to, see if you can guess where the problem lies. And so I ended up taking a look at my x-rays, and small portions of my lower back and my neck are in phase 1. So it's a good thing that I actually was able to catch this shit at the time that I did, because if I continued to let this stuff just ride out, it would probably be for the worse, to be perfectly honest. So basically, what it is the main problems that I have are my cervical area and my lumbar area. The middle area, which I can't remember what that's actually called, the thoracic area is actually fine. It's the cervical area and the lumbar area. So where my C4 and C5 are, like right here in the front area, according to what it is, there's like a little bend like this right in the front. That's not supposed to happen. It's supposed to be curved like a C. Mine's shaped, both my C4 and my C5 are both shaped like S's. And the same thing actually goes for the lumbar region, the L4 and the L5, like right here in the front where my pelvic area is. Those are also in S shape. So in order to get this taken care of, it's going to be a series of, it's going to be basically a series of adjustments. So for the first 3 weeks, this week included, and then 2 following weeks, I have to be in Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then, according to my schedule, after those 3 weeks, then I have another 3 weeks coming in 2 times a week, which I'll only be coming in on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Um, did I say Friday? I meant Thursday. So 3 weeks, 2 times a week, and then for the next 24 weeks, it ends up being one time a week. So that would actually take care of the remainder of the year, and then for the next 22 weeks from there on out, it's one time every 2 weeks. And what this should do is this should actually make it so that way I can get my neck back up into its original position, fix the C4, the C5, the L4, and the L5 as well, and that will that should actually check out. So as he was explaining this to me, on the wall there was actually like this list of what all of the C's, all of the L's, and all of the T's actually do. Um, See, what it is it's called subluxation. Subluxation degeneration. And what they, and what it is like each bone in your spine has nerve endings in between them or going through them or something. I can't remember that part. But each nerve is constantly going from your, sending sending signals from your brain to all of your body, all of your organs and things of that nature. So if there's subluxation, then what that's doing is that's putting pressure on the nerves, so that way the information doesn't go to the body part very clearly. Now, I already don't take medication and stuff, but my mom does, and she's going to a completely different chiropractor, and like she actually said that she was on like 4 or 5 different medications, and since she's been on this shit, she's actually narrowed it down now to just 2 medications due to her back and things of that nature. So, like, I mean, I'm already not taking medication and stuff, but some of the things that I have noticed is that I do sit awkwardly. I do experience a lot of back pain. Uh, I mean, it comes and it goes, but nevertheless, it exists. And it kind of sucks having to deal with that where I could barely get off the couch on some days, but I have to force myself to do that because the nerve in my L4 or my L5, one of those two, is actually causing all of the muscles in my back to be strained because it's not getting that kind of information that it needs in order to say, hey, you need to move. And that makes it harder for me to walk around and stuff, and then I'm all hunched over like an old guy. As for the C4 and the C5, one of those two actually controls the vocal cords. And a lot of you guys probably didn't know this, but aside from rap, I actually am a pretty good singer. And I used to go to karaoke week every fucking week. Both Friday and Saturday, I would go and do some karaoke, and I used to sing a lot of interesting stuff. Um, high note type shit. And for the last 3 years, I've started to notice that I can't sing like I used to. It actually ended up becoming very difficult for me to be able to sing. Like all of the stuff that I normally do sing and stuff, like I can't hit high notes, like I can't sing Bye 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 anymore. I can't sing In Sync. I can't sing Backstreet Boys. I mean, I can do Informer by Snow, which really gets the girls going. But the fact is like I can't hit high notes. I can't sing Prince anymore. Like I used to be able to sing Kiss by Prince, and I haven't been able to do that. No, Big Will, it's not because of that. It's because of the subluxation degeneration in my bones. The C4 and the C5 have one of those two has a nerve that actually controls your vocal cords. Now, for a long time, I thought it might have had just something to do with the fact that I would also do screamo type shit or singing stuff that's all based, like stuff like Slipknot and singing a lot of death metal shit and and all that type of shit. I would do death growl stuff. I would do mid scream and all that other shit. Like I love doing stuff like Cowboys from Hell by Pantera or Bodies or things of that nature. And I thought because of me doing that as often as I was, it was just causing my vocal cords to have some sort of scar tissue, and it might have also had something to do with the fact that I smoked menthols or something to that effect. I didn't know what it was exactly, but I think, looking at this chart that was on the wall as the doctor was explaining my situation, I was like, you know what? I'm sorry, I'm reading this chart over here, and it seems like this shit makes a lot of sense. And I explained him the same situation. He's like, well, hopefully, if I do my job correctly, which I have trust that he is. I mean, he hasn't broken my neck yet, but if he's like, I do my job correctly, and if this happens to where you're able to uh do the type of shit that you were doing before. I mean, he didn't say it like that, but you know what I mean. He's like, then I'll be very happy that I have done such a good job to be able to get you to start singing correctly again. I try to hit those high notes, and my voice gets all scratchy. I think it might also have something to do with the fact that it might also have like me constantly clearing my throat and things of that nature. Like there's a lot of nerves that the C4 and the C5 do, and most of them have to do with what's going on in your neck and also your like your glands, your saliva glands and things of that nature. So I have to go in tomorrow to do another one, and then it's 2 weeks of being on this for 3 weeks in a row. So next week is week 2, then week 3, and then after that I slow it down to 2 times a week, then for 3 weeks, then 1 time a week, and all of that shit. Um, as far as I'm concerned, it's actually pretty cool that I'm able to get this taken care of. So cheers. Now the downside to all of this. I basically, you guys know what I do for a living. I drive. Uber, Lyft, Grubhub, Amazon Flex. I just got a thing for Instacart. Um, there's also Shipped, DoorDash, Joyrun, so on and so forth. And with all of these things that are going on and everything, like I have to work my schedule around all of this. And and primarily I've been doing Amazon Flex. That one gets me the most money, so I've been able to get the bills taken care of and all of that. But with this additional thing that's been going on, it's actually caused a little bit of time constraint, and I've had to resituate everything when it concerns my bills and all of that stuff. So as of right now, it's rather difficult with everything that's going on that with everything that's going on with the chiropractic and stuff, it might actually be a little bit of constraint. Like as soon as I'm done with this shit, I'm going back out and I'm doing Lyft and Uber, just so that way I can get more, so that way I can try to take care of tomorrow's uh, fucking examination. And by the way, throw shit said, if I walked into a bar and seen you doing karaoke of NSYNC, I'd have to laugh. Motherfucker, I will sing Savage Garden for you. Okay? Like, I will fucking go New Kids on the Block on your ass. You know? So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into our shit. Actually, there's one other thing that I need to talk to everybody about, and that is the fact if you look in the description, there is a link to a GoFundMe to help out Sister Hatchet. Sister Hatchet's not, rather under the weather, and this type of shit uh, that we're doing for Sister Hatchet is basically going towards helping her out with her medical bills. So make sure, like personally at this point, I don't care about whether or not I get donations or I get super chats or anything like that. It's nice, but at this given point, I would much rather prefer you give anything that you were willing to give to me and give it to Sister Hatchet. As a matter of fact, I probably might go into the GoFundMe and give the donations that you have given me towards getting XSplit, and I'll give it to the Sister Hatchet Fund. So make sure, once again, you go in that motherfucker. The link is broken. Okay, then somebody needs to, shoot me the link like somebody send me the link in Discord. The correct link. So I don't know why the link is broken. I thought that it worked, but apparently I was wrong. Okay, so I guess KreyzMcKormik for fucking coonery. I guess I'm getting a coon award at this point in time. What's going on? She has. I don't. Fucking. I might as well just say it. I don't. Like what's going on is she has a blood clot in her lung, and it's really fucking up her breathing. Due to everything that's going on with that and shit, she's also getting so she's coughing up blood and things of that nature, which is unfortunate. But see, and on top of that, I think she also has pneumonia because of everything that's going on, which is unfortunate. So I want to make sure I want Sister Hatchet to get to get healthy and shit. So I also have no idea how much is actually going towards her at this given point in time. So you know what? Just do a motherfucker a good solid, and let's go ahead and help Sister Hatchet out. I mean, this is what we do. Okay. Yep, I've got it. Thank you, Party Masters. Okay, yep. Oh, that's the problem because there was like a lot of bullshit added onto it. So, yep. So, okay, I'm going to. Yep. Okay, so as of right now, yep, I'm going to go ahead and check that out. As of right now, uh, the campaign has currently $285, which is actually pretty fucking tight. Like, so many people are actually helping out, and every little bit helps. As of right now, I would have to say somebody anonymously put down $75, and I would say as of right now, that motherfucker is king of the GoFundMe, whoever they may be. But it looks like the shit is saved. So uh, if you want to get the update on the link, you're gonna have to hit refresh on this. And with that out of the way, let's go ahead and check out some freshness and make fun of people, just like anything that we would do on this fucking show. So the first thing that we're talking about, not a problem, party masters. I mean, Sister Hatchet is the homie, and remember, it's Sister Hatchet. Don't drop that hard R. Uh, let's see. Okay, so let's see. Let's go ahead and get into the first spot, which is the fact that the movie Family has extended its amount of theaters that are coming in this Friday. And I actually checked. If you look at the bottom left section right there, it says Grand Rapids, Michigan. And I already checked. Celebration Cinema in Grand Rapids is actually going to be playing this. Luckily, we have a small spot here in Grand Rapids. The price that I'm able to pay is $10, and the first showing that they have is Friday at 8 something or another. So I probably won't be in the fucking chat on live with CPN. So I'm gonna be too busy watching this fucking movie. So if just in case there are some of those that have been living under a rock and don't know anything about this, they shot a couple scenes for this movie. I believe it was at the Gathering of the Juggalos in Oklahoma, and basically the movie is I think, what is it, the premise of the movie, like the story behind the movie is that the chick from Orange is the New Black, she's playing as this person who you know basically moved up real quick to VP of whatever her fucking job is. And so, like, she does not have like a social life. She has no friends, and all she's concerned about is her work until her brother ends up finding out where she is, contacts her, and asks her to watch over his daughter, her niece, for like a week. And she don't like kids and all this other stuff, so it does create for a little bit of hilarity with this. But at some point in time, the niece of the Orange is the New Black chick, I can't remember what her fucking real name is, but she ends up starting to, she's like an outcast and all this other stuff. She's kind of weird, and she starts entering Juggalo culture. And as I guess from what I hear, shut up, Esteban. Uh, no, so apparently, like, as the movie continues, the knee starts to grow on her and shit like that, and she basically finds herself somehow at the gathering of the Juggalos, and all the while that she's accepting her niece for being, a little bit weird and shit like that. Like, all of the neighboring people in their suburbs that all have kids and shit start to hate her. At least that's what I got when I was watching the fucking trailer. So basically, this is an indie movie, and I mean, I've watched the trailer a couple of times, and I really like the idea behind this movie, and it's really cool as fuck that Juggalo culture has gotten to this level to where scenes are being shot at the gathering of the Juggalos, and I'm actually looking forward to seeing how this movie turns out, especially that opening scene in the fucking shit in the trailer. Like she's running away from, like she's trying to get away from all of the fucking Juggalos, and at some point she ends up getting into an opening, and as she's looking back, she turns around and this dude fucking throws a 2 liter and hits her right in the fucking face. And I thought that was hilarious as shit. Like I was just like, I'm sold. I'm sold. Just on that scene alone, I could give a shit less about what the rest of the movie is. But I might be a little bit more intrigued with how things go when it concerns this movie. But there's the listing right there, and obviously at the bottom left we have Grand Rapids, Michigan. So you know it's gonna be in my motherfucking city. Unfortunately, though, it looks like a vast majority of if not all of these, are all in the United States. So Canada got the bone. So that I guess is kind of unfortunate for those that live in Canada. So that's that, and we're gonna go ahead and get into the next topic of conversation, and that is Insane Clown Posse's Fury Fest. So they just recently announced the VIP upgrade. According to what the website says, it's $100, and what comes with it is I personally, let's see. So this is what the link says to InsaneClownPosse.vip. Please note this is a VIP upgrade and does not include a ticket to the event. Obviously, tickets need to be purchased separately to attend the VIP session, Fago Armageddon, and the concert. So some of the first things that they get is they get a meet and greet with Violent J and Shaggy 2 Dope. That's usually pretty standard VIP. They get a copy of Forgotten Freshness 6, a Fearless Fred wall flag, a souvenir VIP laminate with a lanyard, exclusive access to join the clowns on stage for Fago Armageddon. And like I said, these are six. Yeah, according to the website, it says that there's a maximum amount of six tickets per transaction that you can buy, and it's only and it's $100. Unfortunately, I ended up taking a look through this, and it really sucks though the fact that this Fury Fest is not coming to Grand Rapids, but I'm pretty fucking sure that whatever is going on with Fury Fest, something tells me that the set is probably going to be the set that we're going to see at the Gathering of the Juggalos. All right, so the next thing that we've got is there's been a couple of there's actually been a couple of fucking updates concerning the gathering of the Juggalos since I brought that up. So there's a couple of things that have been added to the gathering of the Juggalos list, and the first thing that I had seen that popped up was the fact that they ended up announcing that they plan to do every single contest that they have ever done for any gathering. So that's a lot of work as far as I'm concerned. So basically, we're gonna have like, I mean, obviously, like it's not going to be the same as it was, especially for like say the Miss Juggalette pageant or anything like that, because I believe that the Miss Juggalette pageant is still fronted by Rachel Paul. So all of the shit that's going on when it concerns the Miss Juggalette pageant, basically at this given point in time is we're not gonna see a chick fuck a microphone. But I mean, obviously they're gonna have like all of the classic stuff, whether it be like the Miss Juggalette pageant. We're also gonna have the fucking uh yeah the Miss Juggalette pageant, the costume contest, and Probably like I don't know because like I haven't been to every single fucking gathering, and a lot of the contest stuff I really didn't pay much attention to, but I know that they always try something new and fresh and different. And now for the 20th annual gathering of the Juggalos, they're doing them all, like every single one of them. Oh shit, beans though, they got Fago launching. Hell yeah, dude, I am down for that, dude. Like I am down for that shit. Uh, Cause like I've actually been able to practice doing that type of shit. Uh, I mean not with the 2 liter, but with the 20 ounce. So that's gonna be some interesting shit. So with that being said, the next thing that they have going on, and I know that Danny Boy ended up pointing it out, but I'm fucking posting this shit anyways. So so fuck you, fuck you for spoilers and everything. But the next thing that they got on there, the next thing in that order was the Jedi mind tricks are officially in effect when it concerns the gathering of the Juggalos. So we're gonna have Vinny Paz up in this bitch, the drunken Muslim. Vinny Paz. Now, for some of y'all that don't know about Vinny Paz does his own solo stuff. He does Heavy Metal Kings, and he also does stuff with Ill Bill, which Ill Bill is the shit. Honestly, my favorite fucking song from Ill Bill is White Nigger. And unfortunately, though, he will never be able to. He admitted he'll never fucking do that shit live. But Vinny Paz, um, I personally can't say much about Vinny Paz and stuff. Like from what I have gathered when it concerns Vinny Paz, his flow is very standard. It's very old school, but his words are ferocious as fuck. Now, if there's anybody in my vicinity that you want to talk to when it concerns Vinny Paz, it's my boy Vinny, Black Vendetta. If you don't remember that motherfucker from back in the day, like if you don't know who I'm talking about, basically, go watch my vintage footage, and you'll see a black guy pop up, and he calls Ned Master a racist ass Peckerwood. And that dude used to fucking talk about Vinny Paz to me for fucking days, son. And I'm just like, oh god, dude. I'm like one of those type of people where it's so difficult to just, I don't want to be a dick about it or anything, but it's just like you talk to me enough about about a motherfucker, like it just kind of turns me off from wanting to participate in watching this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, from what I hear, Vinny Paz is a ferocious motherfucker, and it's gonna be interesting seeing Vinny Paz for the first time at the Gathering of the Juggalos. Personally, for me, I don't know if Vinny Paz or the Jedi Mind Tricks have actually been on uh, the set for the Gathering of the Juggalos in the past, but this will be a first for me. Kind of like how in 2012, a first for me ever watching Master P and the No Limit Soldiers. The next thing that was updated was, that's right, the great one, Tekanina has also been up on there, which is cool. I mean, I guess this gives me reason to skip out on fucking watching Tech 9 when he comes to Grand Rapids, but then again, whatever, I'll fucking go see him anyways, I don't give a fuck. Tech 9, I really don't have to say anything about that motherfucker that no one has ever heard before, except that in recent years he has become close personal friends with Child's Play Ninja. So and since Child's Play Ninja has been my friend for 10 years, I can ride that coattail. And finally, the last thing that I had updated was this fat motherfucker from the Trailer Park Boys is apparently doing a burger thing. I'm gonna have to double check on this because, look, I'm not a fan of the Trailer Park Boys. I've never watched it. Never really had much interest to watch it. So all I keep hearing from people about Trailer Park Boys is, how are you a Juggalo and you have never watched Trailer Park Boys? But this is Randy from Trailer Park Boys. So it says on Facebook, it says straight out of the Trailer Park Boys, Randy's Cheeseburger Picnic is coming to the 20th annual gathering of the Juggalos. Join everyone's favorite assistant trailer park supervisor, now with the official title of Assistant Gathering Supervisor, grilling up a late night cheeseburger picnic for Juggalos with stand up comedy, contest, classic Randy punchlines, and a chance to meet your favorite Trailer Park Boys cast member. And if he takes his pants off, it means he's fighting. Watch the fuck out. Trailer Park Life. Get ready for late night comedy at the Gathering of the Juggalos. Now, this is interesting to me, the fact that he's going to be doing a late night cookout. So we've got him doing a late night cookout. Uh, we've got Burrito Man coming back. Obviously, I mean, what Gathering of the Juggalos would it be without Burrito Man? And then on top of that, uh, it is currently in the works that a variety of members of Jugganati are going to be bringing food for a cookout and shit. And it's at this given point in time, it's like, do we really even need food vendors to come to the Gathering of the Juggalos if everybody's just going to have a fucking cookout? Like I'm expecting Violent J to have a volleyball blast bash on top of all of this. And so, and because of something like that, it's just basically going to be like, look, are we really going to need to bring our own fucking food? Are we going to have to go to the store and pick up food? Because it seems like everybody's fucking feeding us. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, there's only one vendor that they really need, and they better be selling elephant ears and nachos. And as far as I'm concerned, that basically is the case. Like, having this dude and having the Jugganati cookout, and then I guess there's probably going to be somebody else who's also going to be fucking doing a cookout and other things of that nature. I mean, at this given point in time, really, it's like this really saves up on fucking bringing money to buy food. So that's a plus. All I really need is just to bring a cooler, buy ice, and get a bunch of Fago. So that helps out a great fucking deal. So there's all of that shit, and that currently is the most recent of updates when it concerns the gathering of the Juggalos and the happenings and what's going on with that type of shit. So that, I believe, should bring us back to the fucking main event. Uh, the main event of the fucking evening, which is we, the Jugganati, basically got a fucking troll on our hands, son. It's great. It's absolutely terrific. The fact that we end up having a like a non juggalette coming up in here and fucking with shit. Like, it's absolutely hilarious the fact that this has been going down. So, I'm basically going to switch over to this section, and hopefully the video actually plays. I've been trying to get it to play, but for some reason it just won't. Hopefully it will actually play, and I'll have to play stop and go with all of this stuff. So let me open up part 1. And here we go.
In this video, I will be exposing the so-called R.A.D,
okay, it's not working.
Ninja, the so-called Brandon Sanders, Maximum Overload, and the so-called Jugganati. I will remain anonymous due to safety concerns based on my findings about this so-called.
Okay, that was coonery on my end.
Detailed history of my dealings with them.
Okay, so here it comes.
On June 24th, 2018, I came into direct contact with a man who called himself R.A.D online.
I love how it says R.A.D. Now, obviously you can't hear, you can hear it, but obviously you can't fucking, you can't fucking see it, which is a screw up on my end, unfortunately. But, I can only do so much, fam. I can only do so much. With what this has been able to give me with OBS Studio, I wasn't able to get this going on. But enough of me apologizing. Let's get into this fucking stupidity.
We began sharing selfies of one another and identified with each other as Juggalo homies, discussed the meanings of the dark carnival, life in general, and the meaning of being a true Juggalo. After a week of
Well, yeah.
correspondence with Rhea, aka Child's...
Did it say rear? Like, after a couple weeks of contacts with Rear Jernigan? I don't know. Let me rewind that.
Meanings of the dark carnival, life in general, and the meaning of being a true Juggalo. After a week of correspondence with Rhea, aka
Yep.
Child's Play Ninja, I was approached by a man at my place of business asking me questions about my gang affiliation. This was a complete shocker to me as I work in a female clothing store. I'm 5'4" and I'm not a gang member.
No, if you call yourself a Juggalo bitch, okay, I turned it up a little bit. Okay, so let me see if this actually works out. Were you able to hear it at the very beginning of it? Because like, yeah, this is kind of fucky. But okay, so let's yeah, I hear you. I see what you're saying, y'all. All right, so fuck it. Let me start over again. Like, I can hear it just fine, but if you guys can't hear it, yeah, that kind of sucks.
In this video, I will be exposing the so-called Rhea Jernigan,
Is that better?
Child's Play Ninja, the so-called Brandon Sanders, Maximum Overload, and the so-called Jugganati. I will remain anonymous due to safety concerns based on my findings about this so-called group of elite Juggalo cloud bankers.
Clout bankers, y'all. We're all fucking clout bankers. I mean, like the only thing that they, when it concerns the whole clout bankers thing, like the only area that I know of that actually says that, the only area that I know that says that is on the Jugganati Facebook group page. So this person has to be somebody that is not only in the Jugganati Discord, but also a part of the Jugganati Facebook group page. Or it's just somebody that you know what I'm saying? Like, it pretty much is, somebody very close to, yeah, somebody that's very close to, a lot of us in the big name shit. So let's, I fucked up and accidentally deleted this, or closed out VLC. So I will have to, yep, I'll have to add this again. So let's see. Yep. Let me add that and fast forward it.
In this video, I
Yep.
will be
Yep.
I will remain anonymous due to
Yep.
detailed history of my dealings with them. On June 24,
Okay.
2018, I came into direct contact with a man who called himself Rhea Jernigan online.
So came into contact with Rhea Jernigan. No, it's Rhea. And I know that there's probably going to be some people that are like, what the fuck is this? Just keep listening. If you haven't heard this yet, you got to keep listening.
We began sharing selfies of one another and identified with each other as Juggalo homies, discussed the meanings of the dark carnival, life in general, and the meaning of being a true Juggalo.
Yeah, because, that's what Juggalos normally do. I really don't have a joke for that.
After a week of correspondence with Rhea, aka Child's Play Ninja, I
Yeah.
was approached by a man at my place of business asking me questions about my gang affiliation. This was a complete shocker to me as I work in a female clothing store. I'm 5'4" and I'm not a gang member.
Now, that could be up for debate since we don't know what you look like. I mean, for all we know, you could be like chola'd the fuck out, and that would make random people just think automatic thoughts because we know how people are in the world. In the real world, that's how people fucking react to shit on like on a natural instinctual basis. People will automatically assume that that's how you are because of the way that you look. Or you could just be some really hot chick and possibly could have like a tattoo or something like that. You know, because really, I mean, that's all you need for the FBI to actually start to think that you are a Juggalo gang member. Let's just keep focus on the fact that there are still some areas that still consider Juggalos to be a gang, and all of that, factual matters. So let's go ahead and continue.
I was approached by a man in his early 40s wearing very out-of-place clothing for my area. I live in South Florida, Dade County, yet this man had what appeared to be a winter coat on, and the day was at least in the high 70s.
Okay, so there's a mistake right there. Wearing a fur coat in an area where it's in the high 70s, like who, dude, like, okay, look, I can understand being the reverse of that because I'm a shorts year round kind of guy, and if I get cold, I put on a fucking hoodie. So, unless this person was like Martin Lawrence, because I have actually seen like footage of Martin Lawrence fucking sweating in a fur coat in like California in the dead of summer, just basically sweating his mind out. And so I'm trying to say, man, I can't front like this. I'm starting to think about the shit that's about to come. But so far, kind of confusing, don't you think?
He demanded I show him my ID and asked me if I lived with my parents still at my current address.
Like all juggalos do.
This question chilled me to the core as the man showed no identification of his own and I had no idea how he had my personal information.
Okay, so then maybe the first thing that you should have done was ask them for their identification to prove whether or not they were one of the men in black. And if they don't show you anything, then you don't have to show them, and there's really nothing that they can do because at that point in time it's kind of a standoff. But of course, if that was the case, and if that was the case and this person actually had a brain, then this story would not continue from here on out. It probably would have just stopped right there. The man asked me for my identification, and I asked him who he was and who does he work for. He showed no identification, proving that he was who he said he was, so I did nothing and went back to my job. Credits. It could have been just as simple as that, but no, the person who's portraying this character has to be a dumb bitch and basically blondes the fuck out at any given moment than a man in a fur coat in the heat of Florida just walks into her fucking clothing store and asks her directly for identification. So yeah, that's kind of fucked up.
He knew my full name, age, address, and place of business.
Then you should have asked, are you an informant or some shit?
I began to panic.
Well, that's your own fault, bitch.
When my shift leader noticed I was having a meltdown, she calmly walked over and leaned up against the counter to listen in so she could come to my rescue.
It was then that I noticed that the person asking me for my identification was looking down her supple breasts.
After the man began reciting all of my personal details, she asked him why he needed my ID if he already had this information, and promptly asked him for his before she was forced to call the police. The man replied that the police wouldn't help us because I am a known gang member and he was on assignment to interview me by the federal government.
Now this is kind of funny because, in order for you to be a known gang member, like more often than not, you do have to be placed into a system. And if you've done nothing wrong and have not been pulled over or anything like that, I mean, you know, then you're not going to be in the gang assessment list. You know what I'm saying? Like, uh, CPN does have that viable like reason to be because he was fucked with by the cops all those years ago. He has the story. I myself and Guido ended up getting pulled over by the cops in 2012 on our way to the gathering of the Juggalos, and we all like apparently like this guy ended up taking our pictures, and we were in the Indiana gang database. So like you have to have something happen to you in order for this to happen. It's just not, it's just as simple as pointing out and being like, "Hey, we're Lockside. You're a gang member now because I said so." You know what I'm saying?
He then flashed a badge that looked official and said he was FBI.
Normally they do this first and then interrogate you.
The man then turned and walked out of the store very quickly.
Probably because this idiot in a fur coat more than likely ended up flashing a badge that he bought at the fucking dollar store.
Later on in the evening when I returned home, my mother could see I was still very visibly shaken. When she asked me what was wrong, I said nothing and went into my bedroom to undress for the evening and try to calm down. After washing up and putting on my bedclothes, I decided to turn on my Facebook Messenger and confide in my Juggalo friends and tell them what had happened to me at work. That night was the beginning of a living hell for myself and my family. The first person I attempted to contact was R.A.D. We had begun a sort of romance from afar through texting, and I just wanted to run into his arms and have him talk about this on his show.
Damn, bitch, you are like, okay, so like okay, so like I'm gonna try to put this in the best possible way that I can fucking explain. If the fact that you said earlier in this video that you had only talked to CPN about this for like a week before this FBI agent came in, and then after work you went home, put on your jammies, and then started talking to CPN again, and it only took a week to spark up a relationship with Child's Play Ninja, is basically what you're saying. So it's either he is that fucking good, or he is not only that fucking good, but you're an idiot or a slut, or both. I'm going with three. You are an idiot, you are slutty, and Raya is a fucking pimp of the ladies.
When I began speaking about this, R.A.D began laughing hysterically on our Facebook video call.
I mean, I don't blame him because the shit's ridiculous to start off.
I was completely disgusted that he was laughing at me, but it took a much worse turn a bit later.
So now you've already taken this into the wrong way because, like, CPM wasn't laughing at you, he was laughing at the situation.
After berating me for nearly an hour, calling me a dumb bitch and a gang member.
Now, like, the dumb bitch at this given point in time, I completely understand because you took the whole situation and you did everything wrong. And on top of that, like, when it concerns like the gang member thing, like, come on, we're all fucking gang members, right? So I don't see where you would want to be upset about that. But you are a stupid bitch.
He then began asking me to perform sexual acts for him on camera. When I told him no and that I was very upset with him, he responded.
This is what I would respond before we get into CPN's response. This is what I would respond with. Come on, baby. It'll actually make you feel better if you just get naked in front of the camera. You know what I'm saying? It will actually help out, trust.
Who do you think sent the federal agent, you worthless cum slut?
Ooh. Oh, ho, ho, it was CPN all along. It was CPN all along that he was the one who ended up fucking sending the FBI agent to her.
Now let me see that pussy before I have them raid your house and kick in your mother's teeth. I will never forget these words or how callous he looked.
Yeah, well, I hope you're watching this and you actually take a look at my face and see how fucking awesome this is. You stupid bitch. Let me see that pussy. You stupid cum slut. I gotta hear that again.
Let me see that pussy before I have them raid your house and kick in your mother's teeth. I will never forget these words or how callous he looked. This was my second panic attack of the evening because even though we were getting close, I had not disclosed I lived with my parents out of embarrassment because he had made a comment that only losers live with their parents.
I live with my parents. And yeah, CPN is right. CPN is right. He's definitely right about that one. CPN inadvertently dominated me at this given point in time. Sorry, Slayer, you ain't got shit on CPN at this point.
When I began to cry uncontrollably, he promptly hung up on me.
Oh, let him bathe in the tears of a cum slut. Let him bathe in those tears. Oh, yes. Destroy the child. Wait, sorry.
That little stab at my heart is what made me block Rhea.
Come on. Come on. The stuff that CPN put you through, that's adorable.
I may be a college-educated woman, but Rhea is very manipulative and abusive and had me under his control emotionally.
No, dumbass. You fucking fell for somebody that you were talking to online for a week. A week. And online on top of that. It's not the fact that he is manipulative, it's the fact that you are stupid. Stupid.
I felt like suicide at that moment. I was so confused as to why he would have a weird-looking man approach me at work to scare me after everything was going so well between us.
Oh my god, like because you're seeing lines that don't exist at this given point in time. Like you legitimately are seeing things that aren't really happening. See, like we here in the Jugganati, we in the Jugganati, this is how we deal with things amongst ourselves. We actually just kind of fuck with each other just for the sake of that shit. Shit, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody like I don't know, fucking Sarah Quill ended up fucking 4chaning me to death and sent pizzas to my house. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if that would actually happen, but you know, we're the type of people that fuck with each other just just to help teach you how to get a thicker skin so that way when the event does actually happen with somebody who legitimately is anonymous, then we know what to do. Which is just simple, you just don't give a shit.
How he found out all my personal information, and what he actually wanted from me. Enter Brand.
Oh, I could tell you exactly what he wanted from you. Get a crack at that pussy, let him find out. Yeah.
Brandon Sanders, aka Maximum Overload. The very next morning as I was getting dressed for work, I began hearing ding after ding on my Facebook Messenger, and then my personal cell phone number. I had over 20 notifications before I managed to get to my phone, only to discover it was a man I didn't know at all named Brandon Sanders.
Okay.
Physically exhausted and emotionally drained, I answered him instead of blocking him, although my instincts
Okay, so hold on, wait, what?
told me otherwise.
Oh, your instincts told you not to pick up the phone and answer the phone as it was ringing, and instead you should have blocked him. Why didn't you? It could have been just as simple as that. Mistake. What mistake number are we at right now? This is like mistake number 5. What is wrong with you? Oh my god.
We were somehow already connected on Facebook, even though I had no recollection of ever speaking with him.
Yeah, see, like, you underestimate the power of the Jugganati, little lady. You totally do. You know, we're always watching, just so you know.
Brandon called himself Maximum Overload and said he was there to help me. I had heard his name around the Juggalo internet, but didn't know much about him.
You know what's funny about this is that there's so many people, especially internet trolls and shit like that, that hate the Jugganati and shit, and they want to say that Maximum Overload ain't shit. But this chick confirms that Maximum Overload is all over the internet. So there you go, confirmed. And by the way, 100% of the story is factual.
He told me that R.A.D had sent him to apologize and that it was mere coincidence that I had had a police officer approach me at work.
Which probably is true.
That this was all a mistake and that R.A.D really cared about me. He was very convincing.
Remember, this is after a week of you talking with this stupid, you stupid bitch. Oh, damn. Slayer17 with that $10. Somebody pay this pathetic e-beggar. His mom can't afford him. Pity for his mom, not for him. Well, hey, thanks for giving me a fifth of my rent. So, awesome when it concerns that. And as of right now, Slayer17 is king of the super chat with that $10. And I believe this should pop up at any given moment. There it goes. There it goes. And splabow at any given moment. Damn. It didn't even show the video. Like, what the fuck? Shit. Oh, man. What the hell? Ah, I see what the problem is. Yep. Yep, I didn't put it in the forefront. My bad, y'all. But basically, that was that one time in 1998 when the Undertaker threw Mankind off the Hell in a Cell and he went through the Spanish announce table. Just imagine it. All right, so with that being said, moving along.
By the end of the conversation, I wasn't even sure I had seen anything the day before other than some practical jokers sent by one of my real-life friends. Throughout the day I conversated with Brandon, who turned out to be very charming himself.
Oh my god, woman, you go too fast. So, like, at this given point in time, it is very apparent that you just jump from guy to guy. Like, what the hell's wrong with you? This is a problem. You need help.
He sent me a batch of his songs via email and I listened to them over my lunch break.
And they were fat, weren't they?
They were audibly amateur but very, very good.
You goddamn right. So basically, a non-juggalette ended up, proving what we've been saying is that Maximum's got fucking bars for days, son. And yeah, Jugganati, this is definitely what it is. It's 100% homie hopping.
Brandon called me after I listened to them but refused to get on camera. I could hear the sound of keyboards typing away as if there was a secretary in the room and could hear multiple people having a faint conversation in the background.
This reminds me of when Violent J was talking about how he hooked up with a chick while he was working as a telemarketer.
Brandon had claimed to work selling marijuana, but his work day sounded more like one spent in an office.
Yeah, well, you know what? That could possibly be true. You know, with a company like that, who wouldn't want to fucking buy weed over the phone?
I asked him about this and he brushed it off as his co-workers, and I didn't think much of it at the time.
Did you catch that, where, like, hold on a second. I'm gonna rewind this again, and I'm gonna have you listen very closely to the voice because it seriously sounds like even the electronic voice from the text to speech even chuckles at how ridiculous all of this shit is.
One spent in an office.
Right here.
I asked him about this and he brushed it off as his co-workers, and I didn't think much of it at the
See?
time.
Did you hear it? Did you hear it? Even the text to speech person chuckled a little bit in the middle of trying to explain all of this. Like, how funny is that? That is absolutely pathetic. That even the text to speech chick is laughing at you.
Over the course of the next week and a half, I spoke to Brandon for more than 40 hours total.
Wow.
I was beginning to fall for him as I was very emotionally vulnerable and had rebounded off of my previous rebound in my ex-boyfriend and then Rhea.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Just oh my god. Like, are you fucking for real? Like, Jesus Christ, you jump more than Mario. Like, for real. Like, oh my god, you hop from one Goomba to the next. What's wrong with you? Like, shit. Yeah, rebounded off my previous rebound. This bitch has got more fucking rebounds than Dennis Rodman. Oh, wait. I gotta hit this one.
Brandon begged me not to expose our calls or the amount of time we were spending together to Rhea, as Brandon had told him we only spoke once. It was during this conversation that Brandon let something slip.
What?
If you tell that quote-unquote fucking federally on our conversations, he would have him locked up. I asked Brandon what he meant by that.
Duh.
Brandon then said he had to go, and I heard a woman in the background yelling at him to get off the phone. Later that night, my sister, along with her children and husband, came over for dinner. My brother-in-law used to be a private detective who specialized in workman's comp cases.
Okay.
I gave him both Rhea and Brandon's names and asked him to look into it the following day.
Oh my god.
He agreed and we went about our dinner. The following morning, my brother-in-law called me to inform me he had spent all night looking into the two and had come up with some very strange anomalies.
What the hell?
First, that Rhea had had his criminal record expunged in such a way that only high-level law enforcement could have achieved.
I don't know if that's actually possible or not.
Second, that Brandon Sanders did not even seem to exist.
What?
Had no online presence until 2016, and seemed like someone so private that might as well have been in witness protection.
Right.
This information made me so sick to my stomach that I literally vomited at 3 stoplights during my commute to work.
Now, by the way, the picture at this given point in time is a picture from the Juggalo March where it shows Maximum Overload and CPN standing side by side. CPN is holding the FBI listens to Nickelback sign, which we all know and we all know about and everything. Max is holding a fucking United States flag with a hatchet man on it and a bullhorn. Unfortunately, he didn't bring the shield. But guess who's in the background? Me. I'm reaching into a fucking backpack and I'm getting ready to pull out a bottle of Twizzler Tears. Now I know it's me because I'm wearing the I'm a Juggalo not a gang member shirt, and I'm also wearing my green chucks. I know what I remember explicitly what I was wearing that day. So I know it's me, not to mention it's my same body type and all of that stuff. And it's like, why didn't you bring me up, bitch? Like, come on. Like, I'm honestly fucking jealous of the fact that you ended up saying this shit. To be totally honest, I don't know how old Maximum Overload is, but there are some other things that will be explained at some given point in time. And also, I'm noticing in the background, there's a really hot blonde chick in the background.
Rhea hadn't spoken to me in a week and Brandon wasn't responding to my texts.
Oh.
It wasn't until almost the end of my shift my brother-in-law sent me a picture of Rhea and Brandon at the Juggalo March in 2017. He then sent me a picture of Rhea holding a sign that said, quote-unquote, "The FBI listens to Nickelback."
Which is true. The FBI does listen to Nickelback. Now, the funny thing about this is, like, in that week that you were in your loving relationship with Child's Play Ninja, don't you think you would have actually looked at his Facebook page at some given point in time? Or even his public figure page at some given point in time? This picture is on both of those fucking profiles. That's where you got this picture from, you dumb shit. It's like, come on, what the fuck? Come on. Is this it? Or is there more? I don't know. Okay, so that's it for the first episode. So let's go to the second episode here. All right. Episode 2.
Also included in the email were several pictures and comparisons from various social media sources on Brandon.
Okay.
The pictures from the Juggalo March and before seemed very suspicious when compared to the newer pictures of him.
Okay.
These men looked very similar to one another, but my brother-in-law confirmed through forensic analysis that they were indeed two different people. Now,
let's keep in mind here. Let's just try to keep in mind of this simple fact, okay? What it is that this chick did, let's go back to episode 1. What this chick did is she asked her brother-in-law to look into these guys for her, like, as a favor type thing. You know, that, like, it's like, it's basically to say, hey, I know we're family, but I was wondering if you could jeopardize your career so that way we could do this little thing as a hobby. You know what I'm saying?
This was just the beginning of the odd circumstances surrounding Rhea,
wait,
the so-called Jugganati.
Here it is.
After my brother-in-law looked into the pair, he also began looking into the Jugganati.
Okay.
The organization that Rhea and Brandon had claimed to be a part of. The first of the red flags he found was that Brandon and Rhea were surrounded by ex-military.
Okay.
In looking into one of these individuals, he came across a man named Joel Long, aka 24 Eyes.
and the picture that they decided to use, man, fucking 24 Eyes is built like a brick fucking shithouse. Like, fresh out the military, you know, prayed, trained, ate his vitamins, and believed in Hulkamania with those 24-inch pythons and shit. Folding his arms like a boss and everything of that nature. Now, the funny thing is that she ended up saying that the version of Maximum Overload that was at the March and the current version of Maximum Overload are completely different people. Now, in the picture of Max at the Juggalo March, he was bald and had a fucking mustache. Like, he had a, like, I basically called that hairstyle the Angry Cheech, because he did actually look like a pissed off Cheech Marin. Now you see pictures of him and he's grown his hair out. Hell, you take a look at the Toledo performance on the Jugganati Facebook group page, and there is a live performance of Maximum Overload. He's got his hair braided. It's like down to here at this given point in time with the braids, and he's cut off the mustache, and he's now got a beard. So, you know, apparently changing your hairstyle makes you a completely different person. So I think what I'm probably going to do, maybe by the end of the week, is that I'm just going to create a whole new me, literally, when I go get my hair cut at fucking Jude's.
Upon further research, this man was found to be at the very least ex-military intelligence and was a highly trained Marine combat specialist.
Yeah.
This man can be seen as the handler for Brandon, if not real, also as he only appears to spread propaganda when the organization begins to veer off due to its seemingly ragtag cover group on social media.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh my god. That is way too much information to obtain in one sentence. Like, oh my god, this is the type of speech pattern that belonged to Adolf Hitler, just so you know, where it was just a complete run on sentence. Yeah. And let's see, dude, WWE literally just made Robert Roode get the mustache and called it a character switch. Well, no, see what it is that Bobby Roode is the reincarnation of Rick Rude. That's why he got the mustache, because he's about to start doing the world's sexiest pose. I guarantee it. When it concerns Bobby Roode, he's imitating Rick Rude at this point with a gay porn mustache, which kind of makes sense considering how Bobby Roode looks when he stands. Now, okay, so did anybody get it clear at this given point in time? 24 Eyes is ex-military.
Military intelligence.
Right here.
He was a highly trained Marine combat specialist.
Yes.
This man can be seen as the handler for Brandon, if not real, also as he only appears to spread propaganda when the organization begins to veer off due to its seemingly ragtag cover group on social media.
Okay, so basically he is meant to handle people in the Jugganati Discord and the Facebook group when we veer off away from the net, the grand plan. So basically she's saying that her brother-in-law found out that 24 Eyes is actually the leader of the Jugganati as a whole. And on top of that, he is willing to fucking break faces.
Alongside this man were several known police informants and many
Look at the
other
Illuminati
involved
imagery.
in clandestine work.
Mm-hmm. So they're saying take a look at the Illuminati imagery. Well, yeah. Where do you think we came up with the fucking name Jugganati? We're juggalos that basically do the same thing the Illuminati does. Illuminati. We've come to take control.
After our first initial salvo of investigations, we were both so confused and invigorated we began a quest to discover what was exactly going on in the Juggalo world.
How do you not know this? Like, the Jugganati has been around for like a year. And the situation that you're claiming that you had for like the fucking, the 1 week relationship that you had with CPN and the couple of days relationship that you had with Maximum Overload had to have been pretty recent. Probably sometime at the beginning of this year, in between then and now. And Jugganati has actually been around for about a year now. And you're just now figuring this out? What the fuck is wrong with you? God, you're slow. Not to mention, CPN is a very proud guy when it concerns the Jugganati. He probably would have told you about this shit.
We came to a few initial conclusions over the coming next few days. Conclusion 1 was that the Juggalo March had been a very controlled media stunt designed to ferret out high-profile members of the Juggalo community so that they could be surveilled.
Well, yeah. I mean, dude. Have you not noticed? Have you not noticed that since the Juggalo March was announced, Child's Play Ninjas and my channels have grown. A variety of other Juggalos have actually popped up on YouTube and their channels are growing. Maximum Overload has revamped his fucking music career. We got Madness from Bedlam coming back into the fold. We also helped fucking D-Lyrical get his music back on track, and he's jumped back into the music business because of us. And then on top of that, there's also been other juggalos like Zay and a couple other handful of other ninjas that have gotten their music on track. On top of that, we have a motherfucker that basically designs all of our content and all of our merchandise. and things of that nature. And we have slowly but surely been able to get ins with a variety of people who are working for, signed to, or affiliated with Psychopathic Records. How did you not know that this was going down over the last year? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you like the more and more and more that you talk and try to say, "Oh, I am in such an utter disbelief of everything that you have, that has been going on," the more stupid you fucking sound. Now, see, here's the thing though, when it concerns this type of stuff, if I didn't know that you were dumb beyond belief, I would probably be scratching my head at this given point in time, wondering what the fuck.
Conclusion 2 was that both Rhea and Brandon had been approached by the deep state to help control the Juggalo community, and at the very least, Brandon had been replaced by a look-alike.
Brandon has been replaced by a look-alike. uh, how in the fuck? How in the fuck do you just deduce this all of a sudden? And how is it that you're so easily willing to fucking just spew this bile out without any proof of the matter?
And even comparison of his music before the march and after can prove that point, much less the glaringly obvious differences in facial structure and height.
What?
The Brandon Sanders of the Juggalo march had appeared at the very best 5'8".
Okay.
The Brandon Sanders after seen photographed in Denver, Colorado at the Dark Carnival Games convention was a man of at least 6 foot.
Stupid. I'm 6 foot. So Brandon has to be as tall as me. Now, if you actually went further into your investigation and started watching videos where Brandon's on live streams and things of that nature, there's a live stream on this channel of me with Maximum Overload at Madness's house. Now, let me put it to you this way. I am constantly trying to avoid hitting my head on ceiling beams and heat ducts. Meanwhile, Maximum Overload is just walking freely through all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So try again when it concerns his height. Now, I'm not denying whether or not this version of Maximum Overload is a body double or a clone or whatever the hell. I'm just saying he's not 6 foot tall. So, just for the sake of letting you know this.
That also leads to another seemingly government operation.
Okay.
The derailing of DCGCon. A peaceful
Wait, no. If you weren't there to experience the madness that ended up happening at DCGCon, you really don't need to fucking speak on it. Let the people that went to DCGCon, like myself, CPN, Max, a variety of people from Carnival Spirits. Shit. Ask Frankie Grunge. He actually admitted to the shit that fucking went down. But you know what it is? You know what I think I know what it is, guys? CPN wanted to prove how fucking powerful he is within the Juggalo community to a point where he basically convinced Frankie Grunge of Dead Gang Media to start shit with people and beat the shit out of some little kid before CPN even showed up. So that way it could shut down the con. So that way he could prove how absolutely fucking powerful he is. That's what it was. Hands down, confirmed right there. And then on top of that, why don't we also just throw in the fact that it was also him that made it so Acetone didn't have fitting shorts when they were trying to beat the shit out of that other person that tried to fuck up the shit on day one. See, CPN took Acetone's belt, and that's why that video that you see of Acetone as the Russell gang is surrounding this person. All you see is, all you see is Acetone lifting up his fucking pants and shit, because that's all you see. So therefore, that's all that happened, and it was because CPN didn't allow Acetone to wear a belt to keep his pants up. See yeah. See, I can be a conspiracy theorist too.
Gaming convention put on by ICP's record label Psychopathic Records.
If your main target to watch this shit is juggalos, you don't need to explain ICP of Psychopathic Records. That's like Violent J texting Nova Rockefeller saying, "Hey, this is Joe Bruce, Violent J of Insane Clown Posse."
This convention made headlines in local news outlets for being shut down due to extreme violence and an attempted murder, only to
Attempted murder? Attempted murder. No, some kid got beat, and some asshole was throwing rocks in the vicinity of little children. That's not attempted murder. Quit upping the story.
have the headlines pulled, wiped, and whitewashed from the internet in the following days.
Wait, what?
Due to Extreme's record label
Okay.
Psychopathic Records.
Here we go.
This convention made headlines in local news outlets for being shut down due to extreme violence and an attempted murder, only to have the headlines pulled, wiped, and whitewashed from the internet in the following days.
If it's been removed from the internet, how the fuck did you know this? Like, how did you know about this stuff? Like, the thing about it though is that your brother-in-law found all of this shit, right? And and this is what he does for a living, is forensic evidence and shit like that. Like, this is, you got to keep in mind, this is the real world. He does not necessarily have NCIS capabilities, okay?
The only way we were able to get information was an off-record phone interview my brother-in-law had conducted with a local news reporter.
By the time he got this shit taken care of and done with, like, okay, look, you live in fucking Florida at this given point in time that you're telling the story. So does your brother-in-law, obviously, because of the fact that your brother-in-law and you had a dinner. That means that he would have had to waste money on a flight to Denver, Colorado, just to have this interview with somebody. Are you fucking serious at this given point in time? Like, that is highly believable. And all of this just for a hobby, to pretend to be a fucking private dick at this given point in time. I'll be honest with you. This cut and paste, this cut and paste roasting style that I normally do, to be totally honest, like, it doesn't work all that great for something as ludicrous as this story. Like, you just gotta go to the website in and of itself to actually benefit the videos and the story as a whole.
Another known police informant, known locally as Frankie Grudge, was also heavily involved in the violent end of the convention. Upon these initial findings, my brother-in-law and myself decided we would set out to expose this threat to a musical subculture that was seemingly being co-opted by the deep state.
Okay, so, oh my god. Oh my god. This is just too fucking much. It's funny though.
After making this decision, the harassment of my family and myself began to heat up tremendously. The first shot fired at destroying my life took place when I was informed that I was being let go from my job after repeated write-ups.
Well, that's your own goddamn fault.
I was floored by this information, as I had been a model employee.
Are you absolutely fucking stupid? No, look, you fucking homie hopped after you got dumped by your fucking first boyfriend, and then jumped to CPN, fell in love with him within a week, found out that he was that he wasn't the guy that you thought that he was, and then Maximum Overload came and approached you, and then after that, you fucking homie hopped over to Maximum and fell in love with him, and then when all of this shit ended up going down, like you started fucking having panic attacks and throwing up at stop lights and all this other stupid shit that you fucking described, and you're floored at the fact that you were fired from your job for being late. What in the shit?
The write-ups were all filed in our corporate offices as having occurred on the same day and had been filed by my shift manager.
Well, like I said before, it's your own fucking fault. You should have just after your fucking initial breakup, seriously, all you had to do was just, I don't know, possibly take a fucking break from dudes and just live your normal life. This is your own goddamn doing.
Yes. The same shift manager that had helped me shoo off the creepy-looking self-proclaimed FBI agent.
Yeah, because let's just face it though, it doesn't really fucking matter, because like if you are already getting write-ups and stuff like that, see, like at this given point in time, uh as I said before, I've already established this. You did it to yourself.
And yes, the same day I had been approached by said person. Coincidentally, my shift manager had been transferred to a store several hundred miles from me and her personal cell phone had been disconnected.
Uh-oh. Ops ended up fucking taking this shit over. That's what happened. Facts, sir. Facts.
Also, I discovered that all of her social media accounts had been deactivated. When I returned
Wait,
to
what?
my disconnected.
Wait.
Also, I discovered that all of her social media accounts had been deactivated.
Uh-oh. Somebody got erased. Now.
When I returned to my vehicle after being informed of this when trying to show up for my scheduled shift, I noticed something on my windshield. It was a small folded piece of paper that said, "Stop digging if you know what's good for you. We are watching."
Damn right we're watching.
Stunned, I stood there in silence on the verge of tears when suddenly I noticed a man in a hooded sweatshirt approaching me from about 40 yards away. As he got closer, he appeared to move faster and faster until he was almost running towards me.
This is getting fucking funny.
Terrified, I jumped into my vehicle and sped off, thanking my lucky stars they hadn't disabled it.
You should have hit the fucker. That probably would have been the wisest thing you could have done in all of this.
Upon arriving at home, my mother informed me that there were several messages left for me on our house answering machine.
People still have those? Most people have voicemail. Like, I don't... Jugganati can Alex Jones a ninja? Right, no kidding. I don't like people putting chemicals on the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay.
Another odd occurrence.
Another odd occurrence after all of this. This is another odd occurrence. Like, at this given point in time, with all of the stuff that you've explained, I honestly think that this should be commonplace at this given point in time. No, Connor, I'm not playing Star Fox 2. Stop asking, because that's not what this podcast is all about.
I never give that number out to anyone, as it's only used by my grandmother to make calls to her friends and family in Cuba.
Okay.
The messages were all the same voice. That number
Wait.
to anyone, as it's only used by my grandmother to make calls to her friends and family in Cuba.
Okay, so this is a confirmed thing that okay, so here's a piece of the puzzle for anybody that's watching that has been trying to figure out who this is. I think that might be a piece of the puzzle. She said that her grandmother is from Cuba. Therefore, the person who is talking about this entire situation is of Cuban descent, is possibly in the Jugganati Discord as well as Facebook. Just saying. I don't know why the fuck that happened. So, like, probably because at one point in time I did play Star Fox 2, and it somehow got on this. I don't know, but you can either stay for the entertainment, or you can go find somebody else that's trying to play Star Fox 2, or go on Twitch. I don't care.
The messages were all the same voice with increasing urgency.
Okay.
They were from an agent at our local FBI office that will not be named in this video, asking me to return her calls as soon as possible.
What?
When I returned the calls, the number simply rang and rang with no one ever picking up. Later on that evening, I received an email from my brother-in-law stating that he could no longer help me in researching our little hobby case as it was getting in the way of his regular work.
Good. Finally, somebody with some intelligence. Good idea to just get, because, like I said, the motherfucker flew from Florida to Denver, Colorado, just on a hobby case. On a hobby case. Like, how much does it cost to fly from Florida to Colorado? Probably somewhere in the hundreds of dollars to fly round trip in order to just interview somebody in Colorado to find out about how fucking the stuff that happened at DCG Con that was supposed to be in all the news media outlets of Denver, Colorado, were just somehow vanished and disappeared. What in the shit?
When I attempted to message him through text or Facebook, I was met only with the message I had been blocked. Not only by him but also by my sister. The only member of the household I was able to contact was my niece, who informed me that her mother had told her she was no longer allowed to communicate with anyone living in the house with me. That they were moving in with his family in Santa Fe the following month.
Okay.
And then promptly blocked me from responding.
Alright.
This organization of individuals had managed to shatter my family into splinters in the matter of a few weeks, destroyed my livelihood and terrorized me into a state of shock.
And this is all your fault. I'm telling you this straight from the cockles of my heart, maybe below the cockles, maybe in the liver, maybe in the kidneys, maybe even in the colon. I don't know. But I'm telling you, from the bottom of whatever, this is all your fault. You started this shit. See, all you had to do was just fucking get naked for CPN on fucking Facebook, and that would have been the end of it. Instead, because of all of the stuff that you ended up doing, or not doing, I should say, because you refused, now, like I said, this is all your fault.
This was only the beginning.
Damn right.
In the coming few days, I began looking for a new job in the retail industry.
Well,
when I finally received a call back on one of my applications, I was informed that the position had been filled and they would keep me in mind for future openings.
That basically means that they saw what happened when you got terminated from your last clothing store job, and they didn't feel that they needed somebody in this business like that. You are unreliable because you can't show up for work on time.
When looking into my LinkedIn and Monster profiles, I discovered they had all been deleted.
There you go. Well, I wonder how did that happen? Like, did you take have you, because of all of the post-traumatic stress, I'm sure that it was causing you to not be able to sleep at night, so you had to take an Ambien, and if there's anything we know about Roseanne Barr and Ambien, is that you do stupid shit online while you're lucid, you know. You start doing shit using Ambien and stuff like that. Like Hanky the Christmas Poo ended up taking Ambien, and then he'd wake up and people were pissed off at tweets he didn't even know he made. So for all we know, you took a Ambien and you just went to sleep. And without even realizing it, you went into your LinkedIn and you deleted your entire profile. Like I said, this is all your fault.
Later that day, I kept getting notifications on my phone saying I was required to re-log into my email to continue using several of my applications.
Okay.
Upon attempting that, I discovered that my email had been hacked.
How do you hack an email? Like, I don't know how you hack into an email account. You can phish. There's a difference between phishing and hacking. And basically, phishing just relies on good guesswork on your password. And it has to be a very good guess, too. Because if you don't successfully open up your email account within a certain number of times attempted, then it gets locked out, and whatever the primary phone number or a secondary email address automatically goes over and says, hey, we've noticed some suspiciousness, and you might have to change your password. And on top of that, cell phones nowadays, if somebody else from a system, whether it be like a computer or a laptop or a separate cell phone that isn't registered to your fucking email account, tries to get in, it will actually ask, hey, did you try to get into this email using this specific device? So you should have been notified of this, you dumb fucking cumrag.
All of my emails deleted, my trash folder emptied. When I logged into my Facebook,
Okay.
all of my messages between Rhea and Brandon had been deleted and both of them removed from my friends list.
How much Ambien did you take that night?
Along with every status I had posted during my time in contact with them. My Instagram had been completely deleted with no hope of recovering it.
Too much
The
Ambien.
only proof I have I was ever in contact with either of them are screenshots of text messages between Brandon and I. Because of their tormenting me, I'm now completely agoraphobic and refuse to even leave my bedroom. Heed my warning to stay away from this group and its members. If anyone sees this video and wishes to help me, please contact me at the Jugganati exposed@gmail.com. Thank you for your time.
And don't worry about that, Anon Juggalette. Eventually, we will hack that one too.
And God bless.
No.
Also include.
Whatever. I think it cuts out at that given point in time. There's like nothing else. Yeah, there's nothing else. Also to include, and then it's gone. All right.
Dear Juggalo community.
Next one.
I have been overwhelmed with the response and support I gained from my previous videos.
Whatever.
I will not name anyone here, but for the individual who has helped me relocate from my parents' home, you will always have my heart.
Okay.
You are my true hero and I cannot wait to meet you.
Nice.
They say that money doesn't buy love, but the trust you have shown in me and believing my story is literally what I need to continue on exposing these monsters.
Which, by the way, these monsters want you to help out with the homie Sister Hatchet. So link is in the description if you would like to drop something down for her medical bills. You know, money doesn't buy everything, but it definitely will help out with her. So, fuck you, Anon Juggalette. I just fucking flipped your shit. Oh, and by the way, now, if you want to remain not knowing where the fuck if you want to remain in a situation where you don't want people to know where the fuck you are, don't post it in the description of your videos or even talk about it in your videos, you dumb sack of shit. Continuing along.
Now to address the detractors and people calling me insane. I have proof
You are
of
insane.
everything I'm saying.
Really?
Please feel free to contact me at the Jugganati exposed at gmail.com.
Show proof.
Also to my newfound fellow investigators.
Why the
We will
fuck?
show the false co-opted deep state group what real unity and strength are.
The fucking
In
speech,
good faith,
the text
I
of
will
speech
now
giggled
expose
again.
some of my further findings. Upon release of my videos, I not only received an outpouring of offers of help, money, and support, I was met with the opposite from the cult-like sheep that follow the man known as Maximum, formerly Brandon Sanders. The blind hatred from such members has given me a clue into some of the deeper layers of this occult deep state group.
We are monsters, and we're all sheep. No.
One member, in particular, my newly founded group of investigators took particular interest in was a man called Craig Dickerson, aka the Big Bad Wolf.
Okay.
Upon our
And Wolf is the homie. I will flat out say that. Wolf is absolutely the motherfucking homie.
newly founded group of investigators took particular interest in was a man called Craig Dickerson, aka the Big Bad Wolf.
Okay.
Upon our initial investigation, Craig seemed innocuous enough.
Okay, so I got to tell you this. The picture that they decided to post at this given point in time is from the New Year's Eve party in Allen Park, Michigan. In the picture is Big Bad Wolf, Sid Jones, Warlockside, and myself. Once again, I definitely wanted to point that out because why are you fucking posting pictures of me up on here and you're not talking about me? I'm part of this shit too, you know.
However, upon
And Sid takes it.
closer inspection, it seems he has been drawn into a layer of the Jugganati known as the Brotherhood of the Wolf.
You're damn right.
No doubt a near-like religious zeal has filled his heart as he appears to wear a ring that was specifically designed for him by Maximum or whatever shadowy figure may be above him in the so-called capstone.
Now, hey, I do want to point this out. There was one, should I just drop the information about where the ring came from? Let's throw in some dragon emojis from the people in the chat. Let's see who wants me to drop that super secret information. Because if I get enough dragon emojis up in the chat, I will do it. Because I have the super secret information. I know exactly where everybody got that. I know exactly where Wolf got that ring from. And it might help out with Anon Juggalet's investigation deeper into the Jugganati. Okay, so I see we got 4 people up in the chat throwing in them dragon emojis. Are there any more? All right, we got another one. All right, there's some more dragon emojis. Hells yeah. Nightbot don't throw dragon emojis. I wish he did. But all right, so we've got quite a few coming in. Not as much as I would expect, but for the amount of viewers that I have at this given point in time, hell yeah. Because I don't get emojis like CPN status style, but it's all in the good though. I mean, I'm not as high up as he is in the capstone, but nevertheless, I do feel like I am starting to make somewhat of an impact now. Since I'm no longer might as well just stop wasting time, and I'll drop the super secret information. And the ring actually came from a jeweler that is within the Jugganati. I think y'all might know who it is specifically. Uh, this motherfucker ended up having problems with Yaya the Gremlin at some point in time. I don't know if it's I don't know. Maybe it's not a good idea that I actually say the name by name. So I'm pretty sure some of y'all might know who it is that I'm talking about. If you do, just go ahead and post the name in the chat. If you know who it is, post the name in the chat. Let's make this fun for a non-juggalette. I'm going to wait until we see a couple more names, a couple more guesses. That could be it. That could be it, Chad. Anybody else want to make a guess? Well, I'm going to check and see if my mom yelled at me or not. Nope. Luckily, my mom has not yelled at me about the amount of volume that I got going on up in here. But nevertheless, okay, so nobody else is playing the game, but yes, Chad is correct. It is Torsten Jewelry that ended up making the rings. One of them being worn by one wolf, the Brotherhood of the Wolf.
He can be seen at Maximum's side at nearly every event, guarding the deep state puppet with his very life. This man is so hypnotized by the Jugganati, he literally wears its emblem upon his skull like a badge of honor passed down from Satan himself.
That's a wolf. Like, that's not a devil. That's a fucking wolf. But on top of that, like, this looks like it's just the outline of the tattoo, which, let's face it, like, this tattoo is boss as fuck. Let's see. Do we have, is there a wolf emoji up in there? Like, is there actually like a wolf emoji in it? And if there is, let's try to see if there is one. Because I think that it would be good of us in the Jugganati if I can drop down some wolf emojis for wolf. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. Throw out those wolf emojis for Craig Dickerson, aka Wolf. And let's see. Let's go ahead and continue with the comedy here.
This ring has also been photographed on Maximum's hand, as well as the man known as 24 Eyes.
Now, the pictures that they show do not show the rings on Maximum's hands or 24's hands. So, where's the proof of this?
More than likely, this ring is an MK Ultra control icon being used to keep their members in a constant state of deadly loyalty.
MK as in like Mortal Kombat, so this is now becoming an advertisement for MK11?
Only the most dangerous members of the Jugganati have been photographed wearing this ring, and all have one thing in common.
Wait, what?
24 Eyes.
Hold on.
More than likely, this ring is an MK Ultra control icon being used to keep their members in a constant state of deadly loyalty.
What?
Only the most dangerous members of the Jugganati have been photographed wearing this ring, and all have one thing in common.
Okay.
Unwavering loyalty to the man known as 24 Eyes and his unquestionable authority as their deep state handler, and willingness to throw their life away to protect the deep state puppet known as Maximum Overload.
Well, of course, man. Like that's how it's done, right? Like that's how it's supposed to be done, you know? Now the thing about that though is it's really sad though that this person would actually throw Wolf under the bus like that. Due to the fact that Wolf is the enforcer of the fucking Jugganati. Like that's something that they ended up missing out, was the fact that Wolf is the enforcer of the Jugganati.
This has led us into deeper investigations of several individuals that appear to be being groomed as Manchurian candidates or sleeper cells.
And they show a picture of the Jugganati tat that Skeletor has.
3 of these men came up over and over. Any help exposing their real names would be helpful to taking down this evil organization.
Okay.
I will reveal the monikers of these individuals at a later date.
Which ended up being almost 24 hours later.
But understand that these things take time, and I'm currently in the process of investigation. And I'm waiting at a bus station hundreds of miles from my home trying to relocate. Suffice it to say that you should at no time approach a known member of this group or its affiliates, as they should be considered dangerous.
No.
Another layer of this pyramid can be seen manifested on Instagram in its so-called street team program.
And we have street team members in every single state in the United States. We have Australia. I'm sure we have a UK one, and there's we need to find an Asian Jugganati street team. You know, like that is the truth. We need to have an Asian Jugganati. So if somebody can get in touch with Nosawa, that would be awesome.
They appear to be controlled all by a singular entity in control of the official Jugganati Instagram.
Who?
The only conclusion my investigative team has come to is that this must be another layer controlled by the man known as 24 Eyes. MK Ultra Mind Control can be seen on display as they mindlessly drone on about one artist or another, one meme or another, but one thing is for certain. Their movement as a unit can be seen and deduced to be perfect military precision. The more my team looks into it, the more Child's Play Ninja seems to be a mere puppet of the Jugganati, with no say in the group's actions at all.
It's all 24 eyes at this given point in time. Everything leads to 24 eyes.
This does not mean, however, that he is not in direct contact with deep state actors and could very well be an FBI agent himself.
Where does that come from? Like, so basically what you're saying is that 24 Eyes is also running the FBI at this given point in time, and that's how CPN is in the FBI as well? Like, where the fuck are you going with this shit?
Look into his criminal record and you will see exactly what I'm talking about.
How can you do that when his criminal record has been expunged?
I would expose this paperwork here, but deep state actors and Jugganati puppets have already served me with several cease and desist letters.
Wait, what is...
I will not be
Hold on a
silent
second.
here,
Hold on a second. Okay, so according to this, it says, let's see. Anon Juggalet, the previously conducted actions are unwanted, unwelcome, and have become unbearable. Due to the aforementioned harm you have caused, this cease and desist shall serve as a pre-suit letter demanding that you provide us written assurance within 7 business days that you will refrain from further actions that could be deemed as harassment. If you do not comply with the cease and desist notification with the aforementioned time period, then a lawsuit will be filed in the proper jurisdiction seeking monetary damages as well as pursuing all available legal remedies for your harassment. These are issues working with Google. We are currently working with Google to resolve this issue. Sincerely, the Jugganati. Copyright 2019 Jugganati. All rights reserved. Now that's stunningly hilarious. That is stunningly hilarious, if you ask me. That somebody in the Jugganati apparently posted that in one of the last videos that Anon Juggalat ended up making.
8 actors and Jugganati puppets have already served me with several cease and desist letters.
Now, the funny thing is that they ended up saying that it's the Jugganati puppets, but here's the thing, though. Like, if we threw in Jugganati and copyright and all that other shit in a YouTube comment, mind you, But if we ended up doing that nevertheless, then don't you think that any and all people that are involved in business in general are nothing more than fucking puppets? Okay, I guess that makes sense.
I will not be silenced.
Okay.
I will no longer be afraid.
Okay.
I am stronger than you puppets know, and I will gladly be a martyr for the cause of righteousness should you all decide to snuff out my light.
What?
Luckily for me, my newfound support has helped me relocate to make it a bit harder on you. Catch me if you can. Moth of Facos. Whoop whoop and wicked clown love to all real juggalos across the planet.
Oh my damn. That I love how they even made the speech to text motherfuckers say whoop whoop motherfuckers.
Skeletor.
Skeletor, Siznak,
Mr. Mac and Hose.
Mr. Mac and
Fat
Hose,
Jesus.
Fat Jesus,
Slayer 17. Violent George. Sister Hatchet. Do these sound like the names of good people?
Well, everybody except for Slayer 17. I mean, I don't know if there's anything positive that we can say about the Prince of Prego.
Or do they sound like the names of gang members?
Well, no. Except for Slayer 17.
In this video, I will give the detractors of my investigations and my team the truth as I know it so far.
And they show the same picture of me, Wolf, fucking Sid Jones, and Warlockside up in that shit all over again.
There will be no flowery language this time.
Okay, so I want to know something. Who the fuck uses the term flowery? I don't know who the fuck uses that term. It baffles me. Like, what type of person uses the term flowery? Like, what kind of like culture uses that as a term? I've never heard that before. Like, if it was me, I would have just said I will not be doing any further shit talking or something like that. Depending, I'm only assuming that's what flowery means.
I'm going in for the kill.
Oh, this is gonna be delicious.
After destroying my life, the Jugganati became easy to investigate.
What?
And after investigating them further, I followed the dotted lines.
So, after she got done investigating a variety of people within the Jugganati, she decided to connect dots. Did it make a duck?
The Juggalo community is under surveillance.
We already knew that. The Juggalo community has been under surveillance since, like, what, 2004?
Can you people not see the imagery?
You're not showing us enough imagery. Like, the imagery that is being shown at this given point in time is a group of Juggalos, and that's it.
Do you not see the eye?
Yes.
Do you not see the evidence for yourselves? Do you not see the signs?
Yes. And it opened up my eyes. I saw the sign. Love is demanding without understanding. I saw the sign, and it opened up my eyes. No one's going to drag you up to get into the life where you belong.
The Juggalo community is under surveillance.
Yeah, you said that already. Stop repeating your shit.
We have been for many years.
Derp. You're not telling us anything new. Come on, tell us more about how your life has been ruined. At least that was entertaining. Now you're just being repetitive. Is this the flowery language that you weren't talking about?
Why is that, do you think? Because we have the loyalty towards one another that the government tried to program out of us.
They
see us as a threat. The same way they saw the Black Panthers as a threat.
Black people are a threat to the United States government? Maybe that's what this is all about, huh? Because CPN's black? You racist.
We work together for love, not money.
You do realize that Psychopathic Records is a company, right? And without money, they would not exist. Now that's one part of it, actually. Let's face it. Some of us actually work for both. You know, even the Grand Master of the Jugganati himself has actually said, "I don't chase clout, I chase karma, and with karma comes the clout." And the same thing goes for love. You know, I chase the love and respect that I get from all of the people that watch my shit, and then in return, Slayer 17 gives me money.
If you look at R.A.D, all he has done is divide and conquer.
No, he's actually done more exposure on the ops than you have.
How do you think the Jugganati works so closely with Psychopathic Records?
Because we're the shit, we've been making moves, and at this given point in time, it sounds pretty much like petty jealousy coming from your dumbass end. And Juanito says it's also by getting gay, and that's exactly how things go around.
Even after all he does is generate negative racist press for the company.
How is it that a black guy that says a coin of phrase that black people usually say about other black people and taking it into consideration, like how Randall did Porch Monkey and basically tried to reclaim it and save it? Like, either which way, it's like, how is that a racist thing? You should have shown him your box when you were chatting with him on Facebook chat. Like I said before, all of this is your fault.
He works for the deep state. Psychopathic Records was destroyed and co-opted when they lost most of their side companies and shell companies in the early 2010s years.
Now, you know what the beauty of this all is the fact that, okay, think about it like this. Okay, so the Jugganati has something to do with the deep state, but we also have ties with Psychopathic. Maybe that's how we were able to get a protest march in to prove to the entire world that we're not a gang. My head is spinning at this given point in time, you know?
The entire Juggalo world is in a struggle with the deep state.
Which explains why the Jugganati was able to get the Juggalo community to have a march, and yet we're still in trouble with the deep state. Right.
It's easy to see the entire Juggalo YouTube following behind one source.
George Soros. Because they legitimately showed a picture of George Soros. And then on the other side of it, they show a picture of Donald Trump. Oh, yeah. And then, like, right, it's like, what the fuck?
Whomever is the head of the capstone. He is the Pied Piper, the one who knocks. Simply watch any Juggalo podcast and watch them tremble in fear when he arrives.
And it shows a picture of a confused looking Scottish warrior or Scottish misfit. Like, Josh has this look on his face like, huh? And it's like, that is the look of fear. Like, we all fear and tremble before the leader, the grand maestro of the Jugganati. Just so y'all know that.
They are all his mind slaves. His puppets. All working for the master. And the master works for the one who is unseen. The chief commander in hell. Lucifer himself.
Yes, Satan! Yes, and it's surprising that this ended up coming out shortly after Easter. Like, you know, because Jesus rose from the grave, and then on top of that, um, on top of that, like the next day, that's when all of this shit started to come into play. That's right. We all follow Satan. Yes.
My descent is the story of every man. That you may tread darkness and despair.
It's all seen in the symbology of this evil group. We have infiltrated all of their secret rooms. We have seen his face. We now know our true enemy.
Satan, my master.
Right.
It was never
Oh, Juanito actually had a better one.
Dr. Satan!
All right, I got to rewind this for a little bit.
of this evil group. We have infiltrated all of their secret rooms. We have seen his face. We now know our true enemy.
Yeah.
It was never Child Play Ninja.
Child's
That was
Play
my
Ninja.
mistake. I made him larger than life.
Yes. Yes. In the last couple of days that you've been posting this shit, you have brought forth more attention to Child's Play Ninja. If anything, you're the sole reason why he got like 10,000 fucking subscribers in the last couple of years. Yeah, it's all you bringing that attention to CPN. This is all your fault.
I loved him and I was blinded.
No, you are an idiot. You were like, I loved him. I only knew him for a week. But it was just as if he was Leonardo DiCaprio on the fucking Titanic or something. And yes, Juggalo BD, fuck your phone. And fuck her phone too. That's why it got disconnected and fucked up. Because this is all her fault.
I now see the true face of evil. It is the original Maximum.
The one that has an angry Cheech mustache and a cigarette in his mouth.
Not his body doubles. And yes, we have seen multiple pictured all over the Juggalo world. We have actually confirmed Maximum being in two places at the same time. He operates much like Saddam Hussein did. His loyalists show the fervor of bloodthirsty murderers.
And they showed a picture of Slayer 17 holding a bottle of Prego as they're talking about bloodlust and shit. Well, I mean, we all know Slayer 17 has a thing for period blood. And that's probably what it is. I mean, it's not Prego. It's a jar that says Prego on it, but it's really full of period blood. All right, let's go back a little bit and start over.
At the same time, he operates much like Saddam Hussein did. His loyalists show the fervor of bloodthirsty murderers, the same as Pol Pot's death squads. And yes, Big Bad Wolf, we are watching you. You cannot stop us, you powerless heathen.
You're a powerless heathen, Wolf. Yeah, Slayer 17, you do make a good point. It does make sense at this given point in time. All of this revolves around your bloodlust and period blood and things of that nature.
You evil cretin. You cannot stop the truth. And if you continue to harass the truth seekers, it's gonna be that ass bitch boy.
Oh my god. Learn how to use commas, you stupid bitch, in the speech-to-text crap. Now, once again, I'm going to have to say this. You're not showing any real proof of the truth. All it is just 4 episodes so far of hilarious yet mindless yammering coming from somebody who was so in love with Child's Play Ninja. Like, the fuck?
I will have the last donut.
It's Bing Rim Job. That's what it is. It is. I'm confirming it right now because they said I will have the last donut. It's Bing Rim Job because he gives us donuts.
I will have the last laugh.
And that's it for the 4-part series at this given point in time. I'm gonna do one more search on that channel and see if there's anything new, and unfortunately there is nothing new at this point. But the account did actually make a did update their playlist. So now the playlist actually has now has 4 videos instead of just 2. So I think what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to copy the link, and I'm actually going to put this in the description, right underneath the section. Yeah, like it's going to be right above the, yep, right below the link to help out Sister Hatchet. So that way, those who have not watched this can actually watch it for themselves. And so, with that being said, all right, so it's in there, and you'll be able to see this in the future if you're watching this in post, or as soon as I'm done, you can always refresh this video, or just refresh it now, so that way you can catch it on your own. So with that being said, the way that I look at it is, since these videos have come to light, people in a variety of live streams, whether it be, whether it be the Tales from the Lows podcast, Kyle Driver's Power Hour, this video, as well as Tales from the Lotus podcast, for the last couple of days, have been trying to get together and figure out who this person is that is making this. And as we continue to watch these videos, we do find a couple of pieces hither and yon of figuring out where, not only where this person is, but who this person is and how we can expose them. And I don't know. But as of right now, I will definitely tell you the truth. We are having so much fun as a group, watching these videos and trying to figure out, and try to figure this out. There's a lot of names that are up on the table, despite the fact that Slayer 17 has tried to admit and ride on these coattails, which I had seen in other live chats, and such and so forth. But nevertheless, you know, yeah, exactly. We're gonna find them, and then we're gonna expose ourselves to them. Or wait, we're gonna expose them for who they really are. That's what it is. But wait, what? Anyways, so as a given point in time, like, we're all trying to speculate as to who it might possibly be, coming up with all sorts of fucking speculations as to who it might be. But yeah, I mean, to be perfectly honest, with all of this stuff that was posted, this really isn't anything fearsome. I'm actually dropping kayfabe at this point. Um, it's nothing really fearsome. If anything, it's a joke as a whole, and it has done nothing but make everybody in the Jugganati laugh. To be totally honest, it's kind of like a breath of fresh air, because we haven't really had something too exciting happen in the last, in a long time. I think the last most exciting thing that really happened was probably something to do with a certain plot twist that ended up happening. And then on top of that, there was also the King Crimson thing, and then a couple of things here and there sprinkled around that given time frame. But this going on with these videos and stuff, I honestly hope to God that whoever it is that's making these, I don't care who it is, to be totally honest. Well, I am curious to know, but I really don't care who it exactly is. But I want more of these videos to come out. And as a matter of fact, I want there to be a piece where I am involved in this, and Captain Flannel. I want this stuff to I want this to happen, because I want to see what this person would actually have to say about me. I actually find this to be incredibly fucking hilarious. And and if it happens, it happens. But as of right now, everybody in the Jugganati and everybody that knows about these videos are hanging on the edge of their seats waiting for episode 5. So episode 5 better come out. We know that by now. You're already in Santa Fe, according to the story, and we're anticipating it. We're anticipating it, and if you keep this up, you'll actually have a growing fan base. Uh, like, I'm actually going to give some advice to a non-juggalette. If you keep doing this in the fashion that you're doing this, you are going to have a well-established fan base who is actually going to watch every single one of these videos. You already do within the Jugganati, but you're going to definitely want more. And if you keep this up over the next 5 or 6 months, you could definitely make it over to 1,000 subscribers, and then you'd actually be able to get monetization off of the videos that you've been making up shit about us. You know what I'm saying? I'm just glad they don't know about my part in the Jugganati. Nobody needs to know about Chad and his involvement in the Jugganati. I'm just basically saying, no, Chad, you keep your fucking mouth shut. Now, enough of the shenanigans. I actually had a very enjoyable experience listening to these and laughing my ass off at this. Like, I'm sure everybody in the Jugganati has probably watched this at least 2 or 3 fucking times. And we're actually having fun playing the guessing game in the Discord. But as far as I see, as of right now, it's somebody who lives in Santa Fe, and it's somebody who claims to be Cuban. And it's obviously also somebody that's within the Jugganati Discord and the Jugganati Facebook group page and has access uh, to pictures that can only be seen by friends in specific people's friends lists. And to be totally honest, keep the comedy coming, because I really am having a fun time, and I know a lot of other people are. But that's it for this stream. When it concerns everything is all being said and done, and I appreciate everybody coming up in here and having fun with me, watching these exposure videos and shit of that nature. So stomp that like button, do what you gotta do. Thank you to everybody that was watching, and thank you to everybody in the chat. And special shout outs go out to Slayer17 dominating the super chat. He is the super chat king with $10. And with that being said, I'm KreyzMcKormik, and I'm out this motherfucking bitch. Deuces.